Hello and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us here. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You may use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time during today's event. You don't have to save your questions to the presenter when they're speaking. If you have questions for any of our presenters at any time, go ahead and use that Q&A function. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is one of many different sessions happening. We've got 2 more taking place immediately after this, so make sure to sign up for additional sessions. And then, of course, this presentation, along with all of the others, are being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Carolinas. I'll put that link in the chat for you all as well. But now for our main event, we have a wonderful group of institutions for you here today. Kicking it off is Kent State University, whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ted McCown, and I'm the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Kent State University. And we hope that in the near future, you consider transferring to Kent State University. And Kent is located about 8 hours from the Carolinas, and we're located right in between Cleveland, Akron, and Youngstown within the state of Ohio. Just recently, the city of Kent was actually awarded the distinction of the #1 college town in the state of Ohio. We are a Tier 1 institution. We're actually the only Tier 1 public institution in Northeast Ohio. And of course, that comes from US News and World Reports. And we're known for a lot of different majors. We're known for aeronautics. We have the largest aviation program in the state, one of the largest in the country. We're known for architecture and fashion design, fashion merchandising, journalism. Teacher education is our oldest major, and our nursing program is one of the largest in the country as well. But we have 300 majors and programs, so a lot to take advantage of at Kent State. In terms of transfer services, we have a lot of different ways that you can meet with our transfer enrollment specialists and a lot of services for you. And these services can be found at kent.edu/transfer. We do have a transfer credit guide. We have degree pathways with a lot of different community colleges. We offer pre-advising, so you can actually meet with a transfer enrollment specialist and do an advising session. Right now, those sessions are virtual. We offer virtual appointments and also virtual tours. So a lot of different ways to interact with us, and that can be found at kent.edu/transfer. We are the largest residential campus in the northern part of the state of Ohio, and it's a very safe campus environment. We offer 25 residence halls as well as 20 dining locations on our campus. We have over 400 student organizations and 1,000 special events. There's always something to do on our large campus, 1,200 acres, 130 buildings, so a lot of facilities, a lot of resources for you. We are a D1 school. We offer 19 teams for men and women. And down in the left-hand corner, you'll see our mascot, Flash the Golden Eagle. We are the Kent State Golden Flashes. When you transfer your credits to Kent State, your credits will transfer if you have attended a regionally accredited institution in the Carolinas. That would be SACS, that you took college level courses at, and that you received a D or better. And then when you meet your advisor for the very first time, they'll actually work through and apply your credits. You can actually use some of those resources at kent.edu/transfer to determine how your credits will transfer. And of course, you would find that at kent.edu/transfer guide as well. So to apply to Kent State, you just apply online at kent.edu/apply. We need your college level transcripts. And then if you have less than 12 hours of college level coursework completed after high school graduation, then we need your high school transcript as well. Normally there's a $50 application fee, but for summer and fall, we're waiving the fee right now because of the pandemic. Here's the cost, so you can kind of see what the cost is. There is a difference in cost because we are a public institution, but you can see that the tuition for someone that's a non-resident of the state of Ohio is $20,463. And we do offer a number of different scholarships. We have a program for non-residents. You can find all of this information at kent.edu/scholarships. And these are scholarships that we review automatically for our students. So it's really a good place to start for you, and we'll help you finance your education. Check us out on our social media channels, follow us, and on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, we're on all the social media channels, and that's how you find up-to-date information about Kent State and what's happening at Kent State. So I appreciate the time, and I appreciate that you've joined us here in the evening, and I hope that very soon we'll see you on campus to visit us in the great state of Ohio at Kent State University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kent State University. A wonderful way to get us started today. We are going to hear now from Sterling College, whenever you're ready.
Amazing.
It looks like we just lost Sterling College. They must have been having some internet issues. Would it be possible for us to hear from Guilford College next, and we can fold Sterling back in? Wonderful, thank you.
Awesome. Uh-oh. There we go. Awesome. So my name is Whitney Smith. You might see Whitney Cornegay Smith. I was recently married, so I'm trying to change my name on everything. But I'm the current transfer admissions counselor at Guilford College. So let's get into it. Guilford College is in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're the third largest city in North Carolina. We're 10 minutes from downtown Greensboro, 3 hours from the beach, 2 hours from the mountains, so the best of both worlds. Voted 66 in the best city to live in the US. We're also a college town with 12 other schools in our area in a matter of 30 minutes. 7 of those are a part of our consortium, which is basically if we don't have a certain class, you can go to 7 other institutions and take that class over the summer or during the semester if you can get there, and it will also count on your Guilford College transcript. We're also a historic campus. We're a part of the Underground Railroad in Greensboro. Our campus used to be called New Garden, which was actually a Quaker institution, where we all know that the Quakers helped us along on the Underground Railroad, which is an awesome feature for Guilford College. We also have a tour for the Underground Railroad as well. Core values: community, diversity, equality, excellence, integrity, justice, and stewardship. Our demographics: we're just under 1,500 students, 38 states and 16 countries is where our students come from, 14-to-1 student ratio. Our average class size is around 13 to 14. 1 new graduate program. We have 41 majors and 6 pre-professional programs. Pre-med is a really popular one here at Guilford College. Here's a couple of our clubs and organizations. One of my favorite ones is probably the Food Justice Club. We have some very unique clubs here at Guilford College. Our CNC STEP team is awesome as well. I've seen them in action in person. Our application process is easy to apply on CFNC, the Common App, or our Guilford application on our website. It's always free to apply. I usually read the transfer applications. What we're looking for is, honors, AP, IB, and I know sometimes transfer students don't have to turn in that high school transcript, but we also recommend that as well. We look for extracurricular activities, service, leadership opportunities, personal essay, SAT, ACT scores, and financial aid. That's where the money is. A lot of students love hearing about that as well. Not so much the parents, but the students for sure. Every student at Guilford College gets some type of merit-based scholarship, from $10,000 to $25,000. We base it off of everything in the application. It's not just based off of your GPA. Like some institutions just go for academics. We like to see the whole person. What were you involved in? What did your family go through? What kind of challenges you overcame in your life? So we also have our 5-year tuition freeze, which is really awesome during the pandemic because students want to know if their tuition is going to go up while they're here. And that's always a point of agitation for parents and students. So we do have that, which is really awesome for our students. Our Bonner Scholars Program is basically for students that have had a lot of community service, a lot of opportunities to serve and lead in their community. Our honors program, make sure you fill out your FAFSA. Any institution that you're going to, the FAFSA needs to be completed. I think that's about it. And here's my information if you guys want to contact me or talk to me about anything Guilford College related or just transfer related. Thank you guys. It was so good to see everyone, including the counselors. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Guilford College. We also appreciate you stepping up to fill that spot for us. Great presentation. Okay, let's keep going and let's hear from Furman University whenever you are ready.
Jeannie, I'm getting a Zoom notification that says I can't start my video because the host, there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Wanted to give you a little visual as I pull up our presentation for this evening. And in doing so, I would like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Allison Brown. I serve as the Associate Dean of Admissions for Diversity and Inclusion at Furman, in addition to the Coordinator of Transfer Recruitment. So again, thank you all for joining us on this early evening to learn more about a lot of different colleges that hopefully you're exploring. So we do have just a brief information kind of presentation for you to get a good sense of who we are as an institution. We were founded in the early 1800s. We are located in the heart of the Southeast in Greenville, South Carolina. We have a little less than 2,800 students, so we're on the smaller side. Liberal arts is our educational focus, and we do have a wide reach of demographics in which we reach from. We have national representation in addition to global representation within our student body. The majority of our students do come to us from outside of our home state of South Carolina, which is one of the interesting fun facts that students will learn when they begin to explore Furman. Being at a smaller institution, the biggest benefit is having access to professors within and outside of the classroom experience. So 10-to-1 is our student to faculty ratio, with about 15 students being our average class size. Our faculty members are truly the best resource that we have at Furman. So in terms of comparison, contrast's sake, we are able to offer our students top-notch expert faculty across our disciplines. a way in which we are further distinguishing ourselves from other small liberal arts colleges in the Southeast, because there are quite a few in this region. We have the Furman Advantage available to our students. So essentially, this is an opportunity for our students to create their own college experience, which may not be a surprise to anyone in the room because everything is customizable these days. But when you apply that to the college experience, that truly is a unique way to navigate that 4-year, 3-year, or 2-year remainder of that experience. Our students are guaranteed access with the promise of connecting our students to the outside learning experience as well, via research, internships, and or study away opportunities. We have a team and community of mentors and advisors here to help our students best navigate that process and really maximize each opportunity afforded to them. In addition to outward-facing institutes, such as the Raleigh Institute or the Institute of Advancement for Community Health, those are entities where students can begin to make an impact before even graduating and going out into the workplace and into the world. So that's a pretty unique way to explore college. We are a residential living learning community, so all of students are guaranteed housing during the duration of their time with us in either a residence hall or an on-campus apartment. For our transfer students, we are looking to assign your living space to be most appropriate as you are navigating through that college process. So we do not hold you to a certain number of credit hours for admission purposes and review or classification, but also in terms of where's the most appropriate fit in terms of an overall maturity standpoint. So if you're transferring as a sophomore or a second-year student, we're going to look towards our sophomore housing and so forth. If you have any special requests to be housed with another incoming transfer student, our Housing and Residence Life office can definitely take all those considerations into play. Our transfer student population is relatively small, but they are definitely transitioning and finding their place within our community beautifully. I always say if transfer students are not coming back to me, that is a very good sign because it means that they have found their way. So there's a number of ways in which they can get involved on our campus to further explore leadership development and just to really enjoy themselves while they are at Furman. Some of the materials and the application process are highlighted on your screen. We do utilize the Common Application and Coalition platforms to get started with your application. And for transfer students, really, the stated deadline on our website is January 15th, but I work with transfer students well throughout the summer as well. So we recognize that students are coming to that decision all year round. And so we accommodate them during that process too. Investing in the Furman experience is definitely a valuable one. The cost of attendance is upwards of $66,000, of course, minus the merit-based scholarships that our students are offered to be proactive in making this experience affordable. We're definitely here to assist and support our students in the best way possible to make this an affordable experience for you all. Again, my name is Allison Brown. That does bring us to the conclusion of the information session for Furman, and I'm available. I will put my email contact in the chat also for your reference, and I will turn it back over to Jeannie.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Furman University. Another great presentation. I want to remind everyone that Q&A function is open, so make sure you get your questions in for all of our presenters here today. We're going to turn it over now to Winthrop University whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. All right, can everyone see my screen okay?
It looks great.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. All right, well, thank you so much and welcome. My name is Christine Shannon. I'm an admissions counselor here at Winthrop University. And a little bit about Winthrop. So we are a public university, a 4-year public university. We're one of the top 10 in the South. We are one of only 37 universities in the entire United States with all of our arts programs nationally accredited. We also do have about a 91% student placement rate in a career after college or also for graduate school. And then as well, we have one of the most diverse student populations of all of South Carolina colleges. So we are located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We are about 30 minutes away from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is a great resource for our students in terms of internship opportunities, job opportunities, and just some fun things to do on the weekends. Local to Rock Hill, we do have Carowinds right on the borderline between North Carolina and South Carolina. We also have a large outdoor recreational area and also a sports and event center being built right beside campus. We also have downtown Rock Hill, that's about a mile away from campus. And we also have the Carolina Panthers that are located in Charlotte, North Carolina. They are moving their training headquarters to Rock Hill. And with that, in a few years, that will open up a lot of opportunities for our students in terms of internships and partner programs. And for our numbers, we have about 5,800, 5,900 students on our campus. Within that number, about 4,700 of our students are undergraduate students, and then about 1,000 of those are first-year students. Like I said, we do have a very diverse student population at Winthrop. So we have about 41 countries represented on our campus, as well as about 40 states, and these are always continually growing every year. As well, we have a lot of academic opportunities for our students to get involved in. We have our honors program, we have a study abroad program, and also we have undergraduate research opportunities available to students as early as their first year. We do have fairly small average class sizes. Our average class size is about 21, and they tend to grow smaller as students progress throughout their majors. And speaking of majors, we have about 43 undergraduate majors. Our top 5 programs are within business, biology, performing arts, psychology, and education. And we have a lot of ways for students to get involved through our campus community. We have 160 student organizations. We have Greek life on campus, about 18 national Greek organizations. And we also have club sports for any students interested in getting a little active. And also for our athletics, we are an NCAA Division I school. So for our sports, we participate in the Big South Conference. And for our transfer students, we have a new transfer credit evaluator. This is available on our website, and I put that link at the bottom of the screen. So with this credit evaluator, this will estimate how many credits that will transfer over to Winthrop. So you'll know right at the get-go how many transfers are estimated to transfer. And it will also recommend programs based off of your credits to help you maybe achieve your degree a little bit faster than what you predicted. We also have an upcoming transfer information session. So if you do want to attend, you can register through our website, and it is on May 11th. For our transfer process, if you come into Winthrop with 11 or less credit hours, these are the items that we will need from you. We'll need all of your college transcripts, 2.0 cumulative GPA, 2.5 final semester, your high school transcript, and your test scores. And then same as well, if you come in with 12 or more credits, we will need fairly the same, your college transcript, 2.0 cumulative, 2.0 final semester, and your high school transcript if you have less than 30 credits. And we have scholarship opportunities for our transfer students. We have academic scholarships available to in-state and out-of-state transfer students, as well as talent, athletic, and scholarships by major. We also have our close scholarship available for any students interested in volunteer service, and we provide out-of-state waivers for transfer students if they receive an academic scholarship. And we are available on social media. Again, this is a great way to connect with us and also receive more updates regarding admissions. So I definitely recommend checking us out on any of these social media platforms. And if you do have any further questions, please feel free to contact our admissions office. I have our email up on the screen as well as our office phone number. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you need. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that presentation, Winthrop University. We are going to turn it over now to Georgia Southern University. Take it away when you're ready.
Alrighty. Can you see that okay?
We're not seeing anything yet.
No?
That looks great.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, guys, for having me here. My name is Chris Harris. I'm the Transfer Admissions Counselor on the Armstrong campus at Georgia Southern University. I'm also an alum of Georgia Southern, so I love the institution so much. I stuck around. So for those of you who haven't heard of Georgia Southern, we are actually located in coastal Georgia area. We have 3 vibrant campuses, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. We are an R2 rated or R2 Carnegie rated research institution. So we have a high level of research on our campuses. We are also Division I in the Sun Belt Conference for athletic programs. And we have about 28,000 students collectively from our online programs to our 3 campuses. So with having 3 campuses, we have options for students to find their perfect fit, whether it be because of the campus, they have a special connection with the campus, or a particular campus is the only campus that offers their program. So for the campuses, we have our Statesboro, which is going to be our largest. It's located in Statesboro, Georgia. It's, for those of you who haven't heard of Statesboro, perhaps you may have heard of Luke Bryan. That's one of his, that's his hometown. It's a rural town. This campus has about, for the class size, about 33 students. And then for the student population, there's about 19,000 students. And it is the location of our athletic program. So football, basketball, there's a golf course. That is all located on the Statesboro campus. We also have our Armstrong campus located in Savannah. That's where I'm located. Average class size is about 19, so it is smaller than Statesboro. Student population is about 5,200 students. It is a fourth of the size of Statesboro, and is Arboretum campus, so there's a lot of plant life on campus. It's very pretty in the spring and summertime, and we are located in the historic city of Savannah. So I'm a huge foodie, lots to do off campus. It has definitely strained my bank account because there's a lot of good places to eat. And we're not too far from Tybee Island. So if you love the beach, it's a great location. And last but not least, we have our Liberty campus in Hinesville. This is non-residential. It's very close to Fort Stewart. So a lot of our active duty military stationed there will utilize this campus and take a few classes, maybe on their lunch break, before transitioning to one of our other campuses, such as Armstrong, Statesboro. And the average class size here is about 20 students. We also have fully online programs. So as you can see, those are some of the programs we offer fully online, and they are moldable. So for example, our interdisciplinary studies program, you can do a emphasis on social work or business. So, depending on how you, like what concentration you want to focus on, that would be a really great customizable degree. It's also, we do have a lot of opportunities for students to become involved. I know with transfer students, it can be hard sometimes to reacquaint to a new institution. We do have transfer specific organizations such as Tau Sigma. I'm actually one of the advisors for Tau Sigma, which helps them connect with other students who may be a part of other organizations on campus. But we do have Greek Life, we have leadership focused, faith-based organizations. For Statesboro, there's over 300 organizations on campus, and for Armstrong, there's over 100. And now for requirements. So there are different ways to apply as a transfer student. It's going to depend on your academic history. So starting with our freshman transfer, this is going to be for traditional students who've graduated high school within the last 5 years and do not quite have 30 transferable credit hours. So for those requirements, online application, $30 application fee. Test scores are optional as of now. Once we get past fall 21, it's kind of up in the air as of now, so that may change. We would need the high school transcript and official college transcripts of every previously attended institution. And if you see the columns below, you'll see the requirements with test scores and then without. In addition, also for the college coursework, you'd need to have at least a 2.0 GPA. For regular transfers, that means you have 30 or more transferable credit hours and have at least a 2.0 GPA. You have to be eligible to return to your current institution, and you have to, if you had taken any learning support in Area A for math or English, you'd have to make sure you completed the subsequent courses successfully with a C or better. And usually when students are confused by that, we, of course, will walk them through that process. And then conditional admission, you have to have earned at least 15 transferable credit hours, and you're on track to completing 30 before transferring to Georgia Southern. So it's giving you admission before completing those, the full 30. And again, you have to have at least a 2.0 GPA. And then last, we have our mature freshman admission, which means you graduated 5 years or longer, and you have below 30 credit hours or no credit hours from college, and hold at least a high school diploma or equivalent. Usually with this admission process, they're required to take an AccuPlacer, but that would come after admission. So there goes line information. We do have contact information. I work primarily with our students on the Armstrong campuses. So if you're applying to Armstrong campus, that is me. I know I look different, grew my hair out thanks to quarantine, and I no longer have the beard. And then Miranda, she is our counselor for our Statesboro campus, who works primarily with regular transfer students. And then here's Carly and Brian. Brian's our fearless leader of the transfer team, and Carly is our counselor on the Statesboro campus, who works with transient students, military, and post-baccalaureate. So, but that's it. Please consider us for your college.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Georgia Southern University. What a great way to finish out that portion of today's event. We're going to move now into the Q&A portion. So I'm going to ask all of our presenters to join me back on video here. I'm going to share my screen briefly. And our first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? We're going to go ahead and go in the same order. So we'll give Kent State University the chance to answer this first.
And it helps to unmute. So yeah, so I would just say, it's really critical that you know that your credits will transfer. And there's a difference between transferability and applicability. So you also want to know the institution that you're planning to transfer to. Do they have my academic program? And once you've answered that question, you can use tools like Transferology or different things to find out whether your credits will transfer. And at Kent State, our transfer enrollment specialists are actually academic advisors. And so we can actually sit down with you, and if we get a copy of your transcript, we can actually walk through and attempt to apply those credits to the degree program at Kent State, taking that transferable question to really what you're after. Do my credits apply to my degree program, and how long will it take me to graduate? We can help you with that. I would encourage you to try and get those answers from any institution that you're trying to transfer to.
Absolutely, very important. Okay, Guilford College, what is your advice?
I think it would probably be the same. We have a lot of students that come and expect their credits to transfer when they haven't did the research or asked a counselor if they're if they can get an evaluation. I also think an unofficial transcript can help, because I know some students want to, have the sealed official transcript. That's great. But as a transfer counselor, I can tell you if some of your classes transfer. I like to have that unofficial transcript. before, the end of your semester, when you turn in that official transcript when you're finished, right? So we would like to have that unofficial so we can look through it and say what classes will transfer so you can know before you come in the fall.
That's a great tip. Thank you. Furman University, your advice?
Yeah, so I'm going to pivot a little bit in a different direction than my colleagues on the call today, and really encourage any prospective transfer student to also think about fit as you were looking to finish your bachelor's degree, your undergraduate experience. I oftentimes work with students who maybe started at a large school, realizing that a smaller school is a better environment to support them. Academic major also comes into play in those initial conversations. But then ultimately, I always tell my students, make sure that you're asking for us to show you and talk to you about what you need, because transfer students do have, unique needs, and there's variety in comparison to our traditional freshmen. We might have transfer students who have stopped out of college for a period of time and looking to come back into the college environment. And all of those are very nuanced conversations. So if you know in your heart of hearts that you have to physically see the campus, you have to physically sit in a classroom seat, you have to have a conversation with a faculty member, do that. Look for that. Schedule those appointments. If you're not seeing it on the website, contact your transfer admission counselor. If you don't know who that is, call the admission office, because I have found over the many years of working with transfer students that it really is a conversation, and it's a story unique to each and every one of you. And you already pretty much know what type of environment you need to further support not only your educational goals, but also your personal goals as well. So I definitely want to throw in the angle of fit and really having the colleges, show you what that experience could be like for you each individually.
I love it. Great advice. Thank you. Winthrop University, what would you add?
So my advice is also fairly similar to Furman's. I definitely think fit is a huge thing to look into, consider, reach out to faculty on campus, students on campus, but also for students to also do their research. We'll use the university websites, all of the resources that are available to them. Look through the websites, look at the student support services on campus that are available for students to use during their time there. Also academic services, if there's a tutoring service available to students, how students get involved on campus. I think doing that research early and making sure all of the outlets that you need are at the university or your campus that you're looking at. I think that's very beneficial and will help students to transfer easily and into their college, and also make the most of their college experience.
Great advice. Okay, this is a hard question to go last on, but we're going to have you close it out, Georgia Southern University.
See, I knew, because I was like, I'm last, and everyone said great answers so far. So I would say paying attention to accreditation. I know this pertains mostly to students who are maybe like a year out before they're looking at transferring, but looking at the accreditation of the institution that you're transferring to and figuring out, if the credits that you've earned so far are going to align with that institution. So, whether that persuades you to check a different institution out who those accreditations align, or the program, like say if you're looking into nursing or radiologic sciences, checking to see the accreditations for that and see if that aligns with your career goals. Because we've had a lot of students who come in and realize that their credits don't transfer nicely because of the accreditation of the previous institution. So, that would definitely be the best advice to give students, to make sure they're on the right track and that they're not losing credits and time and money.
Awesome. Well, we're so fortunate to have all of these experts on the call to give this wonderful advice. Thank you all. Our next question is going to help us learn a little bit more about your campuses, maybe address that fit question. So the question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? We're going to start right back at the top. So Kent State University will kick it off.
So my favorite tradition on campus is the Black Squirrel Festival. So Kent State has a lot of black squirrels on campus, and I showed you the mascot, Flash the Golden Eagle. But our students think the unofficial mascot is the black squirrel. Back in the 50s, there was a biology professor that brought some black squirrels to Kent to study them in their environment, kind of put them in a certain area on campus, and they've taken over campus, and everyone knows us for our black squirrels, and we love our black squirrels. So we have a festival in the fall called the Black Squirrel Festival on campus.
I'm going to have to do some Googling after this to learn more about that. What a unique event and tradition. Okay, Guilford College, what is your favorite?
Hands down, Serendipity. So it's just like an entire 2 or 3 days of just bands and, you know, different musical people from the community, local, you know, if you can name it, they've probably been at Serendipity. So our students love that. That's right before finals. So they get to kind of kick back and relax, and they always love it. They always bring someone really awesome for the final main show.
That sounds like so much fun. Thank you. Furman University, your favorite?
My favorite tradition is more traditional than what we've heard so far. I'm going to go with graduation and commencement. I am not a Furman alum, so it is such a special time of year for me to see and witness the culmination of a 4-year experience or 2 or 3 year experience for our students. And I always tell them, don't ask me to come to graduation because I'm not. I have poured into you over these last few years. This is your time to enjoy your family and your close friends. I will be watching through the live stream from the comfort of my home. So they always laugh when I say that, but it truly just is a testament to the work that we all do and the benefits that come with being at a smaller college environment, because we get to know our students so well. So it's just so exciting to sit there and watch each student's name be called over the speaker and know that you were there when they got the acceptance letter into graduate school, and you were a part of, you know, helping them draft their resume and, you know, kind of helping groom them for interviews. You were a part of that process, and to know that they already have plans in place, you know, after they graduate with us. So to me, that's one of my favorite parts of the year. It's just a nice way to just kind of, you know, bring the year to a close, knowing that each of us, faculty and staff, and even students alike, all had a hand in shaping those students' experiences. So I'm going to go with the traditional of graduation. And when I see my transfer students walk across the stage, is even more special because I remember working with them as they transition into our campus community. So definitely graduation is my favorite.
Great answer. There's no problem with tradition. Absolutely. Okay, Winthrop University, your favorite?
My favorite would have to be Welcome Week. We have it our first week of classes every semester, or every year, excuse me. And it's just a full week of fun activities for students, whether it be music performances, outdoor festivals, student organization fair. We even had a hypnotist show, which is the favorite out of every event. And then at the end of the week, we kick it off with a huge pep rally of the whole university, leading students into their year at Winthrop. So it's a huge event that every student is always looking forward to.
Awesome. And a great way for new transfer students to find, you know, ways to get involved in their new campus, right? Awesome. Okay, Georgia Southern University, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
I would have to say our Sweetheart Circle. So the tradition is if you walk around with your partner 3 times, you are destined for marriage. However, there's a dark side of that. If you walk in reverse 3 times, you're destined to split. So.
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's a lot of stories behind that one. Fantastic. I love how unique each of these events were. That's wonderful. Well, I just want to once again thank all of our panelists for this awesome session with great advice on not only all of their unique campuses and programs, but also the transfer process. I know that's a really important and can be stressful, but they helped give you some great advice there. In addition to thanking our panelists, I want to thank all of you for being here today. Whether you are here live or you are catching this recording at a later date, we really appreciate you joining us. When you close your screen today, you're going to get a very brief 4-question survey that will help us make these events even better in the future. So we appreciate any feedback that you can give. And then as a reminder, there are 2 more sessions happening after this one. So go and check the schedule and see which sessions you would like to attend next. But then within about a week, you can find the recordings of this session and all of the others at strivescan.com/. Oh, and that's the wrong link. My goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me put the right one. strivescan.com/Carolinas. That's what we're looking for. That's where you can find all of those events within about a week. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for being here today. Bye-bye.